Welcome back. Today I'm doing a quick video on how to cover pimples. I'm getting ready for work and I thought, oh my god, my breakout is so horrifying. How do I deal with this? And I thought I may as well have it on film and show you guys how I cover a massive, huge breakout. And also I love the look of freckles and keeping my skin natural, and I'm not a massive fan of wearing too much makeup. So this is how I deal with makeup but still keep my skin fresh. Hard to be without makeup, but this is the point of the video, is that everyone has breakouts when they're stressed, so I'm showing you what it looks like. Merry Christmas, Merry late Christmas. What I'm gonna do is do a really light foundation. I'm gonna mix a little bit of moisturizer in with my foundation. The point of doing a thin layer of foundation is just to even the skin tone. It might coincidentally cover some of your pimples, but if it doesn't, don't worry about it. It's just to even it out, and then you go in with a little bit of concealer afterwards. I just mix it on the back of my hand and put it on like a moisturizer. I would use a tinted moisturizer, but I always find they're not the right shade. They're always a bit too orangey. They're just not quite right. So I like getting the shade that I love in a higher quality foundation and then mixing it. The reason why I'm putting moisturizer in with the foundation is that I don't want a really heavy base. I want it to be really light, like a second skin. It's really important not to use a heavy foundation all over your face to cover your whole face. You want to only cover up the little bits of the pimples and keep the good parts of your skin clear. When you're breaking out, you might think that skipping moisturizer is a good thing. It's a good thing to skip heavy moisturizers, but it's really important to use a light gel designed for oily or skin or breakouts, just to make sure any dry patches of your skin are nice and moisturized, so that when you're putting concealer on, it's not really flaky and grey. Next step is using a concealer. I'm using the Mercier Secret Camouflage as usual. I always like to use a brush when I'm concealing. I just find it's got a lot more precision than your fingers. So just getting a little bit of the green side, so that kind of neutralizes the red, and using as little as possible and just building up anywhere, everywhere that you need it. So trying to get every angle of the pimple, because if you just do one side, it'll still be red on the other side. And just lightly dabbing it. And it's important, once you've put the concealer on and dabbed it a few times, make sure you don't do it too much, because then it takes away the coverage. This is the area that I really need it. I'm like a cyclops. You just can't get too down about breakouts. Like, it happens. You just gotta live your life. I know it's harder if you're at school and you know you don't want to wear too much makeup, but that's why it would be good to skip the first step and just only do the little bits of concealer where you need it, and just keep the rest of your skin clean and fresh. Today I happen to be working on a photo shoot with models, so that means a little bit more extra attention. But if it was my day off, I would just be doing a minimal amount of concealer if I had to go out. If I wasn't going out, keep it all clean and fresh. Once I've done my concealing, I'm gonna do just a bit of under eye brightening. This is to do with, you know, keeping the skin fresh and glowing. I don't like anything too heavy. As much makeup as I do actually put on, I still like to be able to see my freckles, and when I'm putting makeup on, it's just to get rid of any kind of unevenness and to brighten a little bit. So I'm using the Too Faced No Makeup makeup, and this has been used a lot. But there is a concealer in this. It's more like a cream and it's got a red undertone, so it's perfect for under eyes. And I'm just gonna use that to brighten the under eye area. I'll show you the difference between the sides. But I just find that, especially on days where I'm not feeling too fresh, this really helps just to make me look a bit more awake. So see the difference between those sides? It just adds a little bit of brightness without being too heavy. And because it's a cream, it's not the kind of product that gets really creasy and gross. You've just got to kind of, again, use as minimal as possible, but I find it makes a massive difference. So once I've concealed and done foundation, I like to set my T-zone with a little bit of translucent powder. I'm just struggling to put the lid back on because I just took it off. I just recently got the Tarte, I don't know if you can see it, it's pretty, translucent powder, but it's called Smooth Operator, but it's made with Amazonian clay. So I thought that was really great because I know that clay is used to absorb oil in a lot of acne or oily skin treatment masks. So I thought it'd be really good to incorporate that in my everyday routine. So I'm just gonna get the Real Techniques setting brush. I love this because it's pink and cruelty free and just awesome. So I'm just gonna use that down my T-zone and the little areas that I concealed. It's just really important to set really lightly so that you're not taking any coverage away, but I like to keep these little kind of like the top of my cheekbones nice and shiny. I don't set them with powder just so they have a nice glow to them. Now that I've set my foundation, I'm just going to use a little bit of the Becca cream blush in Petal. I've obviously used this within an inch of its life, but I love it so much and you only need a tiny bit. So I'm just going to push that onto the back of my hand before I put it on my face and blend that in. I didn't set my cheeks with translucent powder, but if you were setting your whole face with powder, make sure that you do a cream blush before you use powder and use translucent. And then I'm going to do a little bit of highlight with the paint pot in Perky. I know it's usually used for eye bases, but I love this as a highlighter. It's just a bit peachy and it goes really well with this blush. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helped. I know I don't use too much makeup, but this is kind of aimed at girls that don't wear layers and layers of makeup and you want to keep your skin fresh and still looking like you have great skin, not that you're wearing a lot of makeup. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys soon. I gotta go to work.